Back now outside of Queen's Park. Time for Richard Southern to join us, and let's talk a little bit about what we were doing today and covering the fall economic statement. And obviously one of the things that stood out for both you and I and almost everybody else is the so-called staycation. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Which is an actual word. Mark actually looked that up in the dictionary
I was
today.
wondering, because they were using the word staycation. I thought, I got to check this out. But yes, it's in the Oxford Dictionary for everybody to know.
Yeah, good to know. And the government is doing this, Mark, because they want to keep, all the money here in Ontario. People certainly eager, perhaps, to take a more exotic location, exotic trip next year. But government hoping they'll stay around town. It's a staycation tax credit, which will give you $200 back for an individual, $400 for a family if you book an Ontario hotel, motel stay, even a campground, Mark. You can get some money back from that. This is something the government promised a year ago, finally bringing it to fruition. You're not going to get your money back, though, until the 2022 tax return. So we're talking about like a year this coming February to April, right? So this is going to be a while to get your money back on this.
I guess a little extra time to get out to that campground or that cottage to see if you, in fact, do get any of that money back. Another thing, obviously, a big part of this conversation is inflation, one of the key words that was brought up today. And everyone's looking at that economy and how we're going to bounce back.
Yeah, we talk almost every day now about the rising cost of living. Yesterday we were talking about pasta prices going up, gas obviously at a record high, housing. Mark, there wasn't really anything to address that in this fall economic statement. The finance minister contends inflation is only going to be a temporary problem. Here's Mr. Bethenthal.
Many central bankers and economists say it's going to be temporary, but today it's impactful, and that's why we put in place a number of things today to help on affordability.
The government sees inflation totaling 3.1% this year and just 2.6% next year. I'm sure there's a lot of economists, Mark, that actually feel inflation's going to run hotter than that. So we're going to see how it shakes out. Certainly there was nothing on Premier Ford's pledge to cut the gas tax by 5 cents. That was missing here in the economic update.
That was one of the things that everybody was certainly looking for and has been waiting for a very long time, and nobody has touched upon it yet. Again, one of those things that most people were expecting would be the difference in terms of helping with that cost of living as well.
There was nothing about housing either. But Mark, we have a story here about how rent prices are rising in the GTA. Where can you find the best deal? Well, we have a list here. You're going to want to look towards Brampton if you're looking for a good rental deal right now. Brampton, the average rent at $1,500. That's the cheapest in the GTA for a one-bedroom. $1,500 in Brampton, Mark. Getting pretty expensive.
It is very expensive, and most people think downtown. That's where the expensive, it's all over the GTA.
100%. Scarborough at $1,600. Toronto, the average rent for a one-bedroom above $1,900. Again, high cost of living. Really not much in the economic update about that.
And it's not just the renting as well. Obviously, we keep hearing about the cost of houses as well. And we also did hear a small little bit about that and the fact that housing costs are expected to go up over the next year a little bit too.
At 19%, I think they said the housing price is going to go up. The Ford government talked about bringing together a commission to look at the high cost of housing, but really nothing concrete on any new initiatives right now, Mark.
Lots to talk about, obviously, here at Queen's Park today. Richard Southern, nice hanging out with you today.
Good to see you in the flesh, Mr. McAllister.
Indeed.